Hello everyone. Now we are going to review the Fullblast Textbook, Chapter 4, pages 56 and 57. This lesson is suitable for the Form 4 and the Form 5 students. Today we are going to look at Argumentative Essay, when you are required to give opinion. When you are writing an argumentative essay, you must highlight the advantages and the disadvantages of the topic. The other words for advantages and disadvantages are such as benefits and drawbacks, pros and cons. Okay, pros is a short form of proponent, someone who proposes something or at least supports it by speaking and writing in favor of it. Pros maksudnya bersetuju. Cons comes from the word contradict. Deny the truth of a statement by asserting the opposite. Maksudnya membangkang. This is taken from page 56. Write an essay discussing advantages and disadvantages. Example of the question: when you do school projects, do you prefer working in a group or do you prefer working on your own, and why? Read the writing task and underline the keywords. Read the essay and answer the questions that follow. Your teacher has asked you to write an essay on the following topic. What are the advantages and disadvantages of team project work at school? Okay, you may take some time to read the text. You may pause the video, and once you are done reading, you may continue to the other slide. Now, let's look at this plan. When writing an essay discussing advantages and disadvantages, organize your ideas according to the plan below. First, you must have your introduction to introduce the subject or the main point of the essay and both sides of the topic. Main part, you should organize 2 to 3 paragraphs. Okay, refer to the advantages and disadvantages in separate paragraphs. Cover both sides of the topic equally. Then you must write another paragraph of your conclusion. You can use the words like in conclusion, to sum up, all in all, on the whole, and more. Then only you state your opinion whether you are pros or you are cons. When writing an essay discussing advantages and disadvantages, think about the topic carefully and choose 2 or 3 ideas or points. Don't try to deal with too many points. Use topic sentences to introduce each paragraph, explain or justify each point. Provide an example, use variety of linking words, the sequence connectors, remember? Okay, and express contrast, give examples, give your opinion, write in a formal style, and do not use short forms. Avoid introducing any new ideas in the conclusion. Now, let's look at the sample of sentences when you want to express opinion. Okay, so this is taken from page 56 of Fullblast Textbook. Please take some time to read the text. Opinion 1, you may pause the video if you want to read. This is opinion 2. Please take some time to read the sentences and identify the sequence connector or the linking words in this paragraph. Now, let's look at this exercise. Imagine that the head teacher of your school, head teacher means the principal, pengetua, has announced that computer classes are now compulsory for all students in primary and secondary schools. Do you think that is a good idea? Make a list of advantages and disadvantages in the table below. Do you think there are more advantages than disadvantages? Okay, so let's look at the question again. Computer classes should be compulsory for all students in primary and secondary schools. Do you agree? So you need to state the pros and the cons, the advantages and disadvantages, and then you come up with your own opinion whether you agree or disagree with this idea. Okay, so computer classes should be compulsory for all students in primary and secondary school. The first thing that you need to state is whether you agree. Okay, you need to decide whether you agree or disagree. And you need to list down the advantages and disadvantages. Now let's look at this introduction. Studying computer fundamentals is important for students because it empowers them with necessary skills for their education as well as for future career. Computer fundamentals are becoming more and more necessary in our increasingly digital world. Therefore, I totally agree that computer classes should be compulsory for all students in primary or secondary school. So you have your introduction and you may write whether you agree or disagree in the first paragraph. Then you have to write another paragraph to state the advantages of the topic. Let's read it together. First and foremost, let's look at the advantages of the computer classes in order to be competitive for career opportunities. A lack of understanding about how a computer works is not an option. Students who understand the work of an online world will be able to collaborate with their peers on school projects. This skill will also serve them well when they enter the workplace. Electronic communication, such as email, is a staple of modern society. A student lacking these skills is at a severe disadvantage to those who possess them. As simple as that, you have your one paragraph. Now let's look at the other paragraph. You need to list or you need to write about the disadvantages as well. Let's start. Nevertheless, there are several drawbacks of computer classes. Computers can provide young children with access to inappropriate content or information. In addition, many technology-based games and activities are pre-made, allowing children to complete activities without having to solve problems in creative and imaginative ways. Besides that, young children who spend more time engaging with devices may not spend as much time interacting with their peers, which can affect those children's social and emotional growth. Okay, peers maksudnya ialah rakan sebaya. Okay, next. Now let's look at this paragraph. Okay, the conclusion. To sum up, I believe that the advantages are more important than the disadvantages. Computers have significantly changed the way society works and performs certain tasks. In a simple way to explain this, daily everyday jobs would be impossible to complete without the aid of computers. With this, I strongly agree that the computer classes should be made compulsory to all students. Okay, your final statement must be equal to the statement in the first paragraph. In the first paragraph, just now we have written that I agree that the computer classes should be made compulsory. So in the final paragraph, in your conclusion, you should have written the same thing as well. Now, your work. Copy all this in your composition exercise books. I will check your books when I see you in the class. Bye for now.